64, 65, 66, 67. What the hell? It's almost like my Grom gained like 2 horsepower like in 5 minutes. 68. What's up, YouTube? Dirty Dave here. Dirty Dave Television. I'm out in the Grom today. I just stopped at my parents' house. They're down the shore for a bit, so I had to feed their gigantic goldfish, steal a Gatorade, raid the fridge. You know, the random stuff that you do when you go to your parents' house. But anyway, I don't know. I figured I'd just get on the bike a little bit today. I don't know how the weather is. It looks a little cloudy. It rained a little before, but why not do a video and maybe do a top speed run on the Grom? So, maybe I'll hit the highway. I don't know. I got a funny story to tell you guys, too, about a letter I got in the mail the other day. And maybe we'll have a life lesson as well, but we'll see. Alright. Damn microphone is making all kinds of noise. Alright. So I got my speedo going here. GPS. Looks like the Grom is almost pretty close to what actual speed is. Almost looks like it's registered a little less. Oh no, here we go. Alright, good. So, anyway, I figured maybe we'll hit the highway. There's a nice flat stretch over there. And see what we can do as far as speed goes. Setting up for dining outside over here. Everybody's doing this whole lockdown eat outside thing. It's like eating in the parking lot. I don't know if I'm really down with that. So hope you guys have been well. I haven't done a video in a little bit. Just been busy with work, working from home. And this whole coronavirus thing really gets to you after a while, but you know, reference points. Things could be worse. At least we're alive. So I want to hop on the highway going the other way instead of going home. Got a little flat stretch over there. Rap, rap. Then I'll tell you the story about the letter I got in the mail from my bank accusing me of money laundering. Should be a fun story, especially with my hyper anxious personality, which is a good thing and a bad thing sometimes, but I'll talk to you guys about how I dealt with it. Alright, so we're doing 30 miles an hour. Second gear. Up to 40. Third gear. I don't know, man. I think my Grom is slow. 50. We're basically redlining third gear. 54. A little downhill, no tuck. 56. So the speedo's pretty accurate. 56 and 56. Alright, so no tuck. I'm full throttle right now. Looks like the max is about 56. Let's tuck a little bit. 57. Got a little incline. 56. Yeah, I don't know if this is a 60 mile an hour bike unless we're going downhill with a huge headwind, with a huge tailwind. Looks like 55 is it. And supposedly, I don't know when you guys are going to watch this, but I'm going to edit it and upload it today, which is, I believe, June 19th. Friday? I'm sorry, no. Today is the 18th on Thursday. So Saturday, from what I understand, in New Jersey, down at in Edison, there's supposedly a little mini Grom ride out, like Groms and Z125s. So Seaside, Edison, that's all about 75 to 100 miles from my house. So I was going to take the Grom. We're only doing 50. I was going to take the Grom and maybe just ride it there, because I don't have a truck or a trailer. I used to, but not anymore. So I was going to take a mini road trip But, you know, honestly, I don't know how wise that is. It's a lot of miles for this little thing, but you know what? I'll give it a shot. If I do, I will absolutely motovlog it and film it for your viewing pleasure. But yeah, I'm gonna take the back roads home. It's just a lot more fun on the ground to take the back roads. Straight long jaunts are a bit boring. And there's always like the pressure of like who's behind you and who's gonna beep at you and whatnot. Phone's ringing. Get that later. Ring a ding ding, banana phone. So I'll take the highway back for just a little bit, just to get back to my exit. And I'll tell you the story of me as Marty Bird from Ozark, money launderer extraordinaire. Now, so here's the story. I'm rather ready to get off the highway, but I don't want to keep you guys hanging. And it might be, you know, me, I ramble, so it might be a little long. I love the looks people give you when you're cruising around on the highway. So I went down the shore to visit my parents a couple days ago. It was Friday and Saturday, and then I came home on Sunday. And we have a mailbox at my house that's at the end of the street. It's like one of those multi-box things on a pole. So I like rarely ever go there. I check it like once a month. And I had something I needed to grab out of there, so I finally checked it when I got home on Sunday. Oh, no fifth gear, baby. So we're doing 56. I can keep up. 57, 58, 59. What? 60? Huh? Oh, we got a little decline. 62, 64, 65, 66, 67. What the hell? It's almost like my Grom gained like 2 horsepower like in 5 minutes. 68. Alright, that's it basically. It's pinned 68. I'm gonna drop this truck. Alright, so back to the story. So anyway, I went down the shore, visited my parents, got the mail when I got home, and I'm going through the mail. I found the thing that I needed, then I see a letter from my bank. And it was from like June 2nd, and it looked like it had one of those certified where you have to sign for it. It looks like somebody signed for it and just put it in the box, or whatever. So I open it up, it's from my bank, and this letter basically states that there was some unusual activity in my account, and I'll tell you exactly what that was. And it's not typical for my account to have that type of activity, and it points towards some sort of accusation of money laundering based on their money laundering act or some Patriot Act. I don't know what the hell they were talking about, but anyway, I'm in instant panic. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about, money laundering? So it turns out, so now I'm like freaking out, you know, I'm in super anxiety mode. And I'll tell you how I got out of that in a second. But to myself, I'm thinking like, all right, so I've made some cash deposits, you know, here and there. Sold a couple things on eBay and Facebook Marketplace, and I deposited cash, but nothing crazy. So I don't understand, and it was nothing over 10 grand. So why would they be after me for money laundering? This is ridiculous. So it's Sunday. I can't even call the bank and find out what's going on. I'm going to call them on Monday, and now I'm like in my head, like, what did I do? What happened? Am I going to jail? Are they going to take the money that was in my, I think it was like 10 grand in the account. Are they going to take the money that's in the account and freeze it? And so I'm in full panic mode. So basically what happened was, as I was kind of thinking through the whole situation, about, I don't know, maybe 8 months ago, 9 months ago, I had a 2001 Corvette, really nice Corvette, yellow. I'll throw a picture up on the screen if I can find one. And it was like my midlife crisis car. So I put it up for sale, and one of my friends was really interested in it. Actually, I didn't even put it up for sale. I brought it to go get serviced, and the guy asked me if he could buy it. His girlfriend really would like it. It was a yellow Corvette, and she loved yellow. Anyway, so after some time, we ended up making a deal, and I sold the car for like 15 grand. And he's a mechanic. He paid me cash. You know, I didn't want to have a bunch of cash laying around the house. I had some things I wanted to buy. And so I basically took, I think it was like $8,300 of the 15, and I deposited it in the bank. And I did it in like 3 different shots because there's only so much you could deposit in an ATM at once with cash. It's like 40 bills or 50 bills. So I did like 3 deposits over a period of time. And I guess that was the activity that they were all butthurt about. Thereby labeling me Marty Bird from Ozark. Now, if you've never seen Ozark, it's a great series on Netflix. You gotta check it out. Anyway, so me, anxious, freaking out. They're gonna take my money. I worked hard for that money. They have no right. And I'm literally creating all these scenarios in my head, including jail time for money laundering, even though I didn't do anything. But even though I wasn't guilty, because I was accused of it, I automatically assumed that they were going to find me guilty. So a lot of these what if scenarios, right? So all this crap was going through my head, and here I am like freaking out and like wanting answers right away. And then I thought to myself, you know what, Dave, you could do one of 2 things. You could sit Sunday, you can do nothing about this right now. So you could do one of 2 things. You could either sit here and freak out, ruin the day, and be anxious about something that you honestly can't control, because no matter what I do on Sunday, nothing is going to resolve it, right? And that anxiety, all it's doing to me is paralyzing me for the day and making me nervous about something I can't even control. So I have 2 options. I can either let it consume me and ruin a God-given day, or I can just kind of put it on the back burner, compartmentalize it in somewhere in my brain and say, you know what, let's cross that bridge when we come to it. So I'm not going to be anxious until tomorrow when I have to call the bank. And you know what, it worked. But I'm not going to say it wasn't without any challenges. You know, if you're not naturally apt to think that way, you need some practice. So I went through bouts. I mean, there was, once I convinced myself there's nothing to worry about and not to be anxious regardless of the outcome, I was cool for a little bit, maybe an hour, hour and a half. And then, you know, the thoughts start coming back and it's like, oh Christ, what am I going to do? I got to get this resolved. And then I talk myself out of it again. So I'm going to tell you the truth. I probably talked myself out of it probably 10 or 12 times. But by doing so, I gained probably 10 or 12 hours of that day back, as opposed to being paralyzed on the couch, stricken with anxiety. So, and you know, the funny part of the whole situation was, I called the bank on Monday, and the person I talked to, she was the one actually who opened the account with me. She knew who I was. And it turns out that the person I was supposed to talk to, she thought the letter was weird. But it turns out the person I had to talk to was on vacation for the week. I'm like, wait a minute, like this is no like joke. Like money laundering is, you know, a pretty heavy accusation. So I'd like to get it resolved as soon as possible. Anyway, she was going to let somebody else know. They were going to call me back that day. She called me and said, the guy's going to call you in a week. It is what it is. Don't worry about it. Your account's not frozen. So me, I'm like, you know, I got to take action. I transferred all the money out into another account because I'm not letting them freeze my assets for something I didn't do. And then, you know, the anxiety came back a little bit here and there. And not to ramble on too much, but lo and behold, the following day, now I had put it away for a bit because I'm like, he's not going to call me in a week. Let me just see what else I can do. How can I take control of the situation? So the following day, lo and behold, about 11 o'clock a.m., I'm working from home and M&T Bank calls me. And yeah, I got that rush of anxiety, I'm not going to lie. And nice girl, I think her name was Jessica, said, hey Dave, you know, this is Jessica from M&T Bank. Just wanted to give you a quick call and resolve the issue. I was working with, I think her name was Michelle, and we just had a couple questions for you. It seems as though you had deposited $8,300 in the month of December, which was unusual for your account. And all we wanted to know, just had a couple questions, you know, was there any reason that you did that month as opposed to any other month? Where did all the cash come from? I'm like, well, Jessica, you know, it's funny. I said I sold the Corvette and I put some of the money in the bank and I couldn't deposit all at once, obviously, because of the ATM restrictions. So, you know, that's the reason for it. She said, okay, I'll let him know. Bye. And I was like, that's it? And she's like, yeah, that's it. And here I was, just a lesson in life. I could have literally sat back and obsessed and ruined 2-3 days of my life that no one's going to give me back because of an accusation made to me and how I dealt with it. So, the lesson, moral of the story is, I think I talked about this once before, separate your emotions from reality sometimes. You know, listen, if you love somebody and you want to tell them you love them and you're emotionally attached to them, there's nothing wrong with that. But to be emotionally attached and panic-stricken and paralyzed by an outcome that you can't even control, and try to create scenarios in your head to make yourself feel better, and you end up making yourself feel worse, don't do it. Convince yourself. Put it aside. Deal with it when it happens, especially if you can't control the outcome. So, with that being said, I'm almost home. I just wanted to share that with you. Maybe do a top speed run on the vehicle, which I got to 68. I was friggin', I'm amazed that it even got to that, even though it was a downhill. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end the video here. I just want to say, you know, with anxiety and with depression and with, you know, panic and all that stuff, you are in control, okay? And I think sometimes we get it, those things, because we want to be in control so bad of outcomes. But if we really focus more on just controlling ourselves and our reactions to things instead of things that we can't control. We can control our own reactions. We can't control other things and other people. So I hope that helps you guys. Just try to control yourself, you know, control how you feel. Take care of yourself. And hopefully that'll alleviate some of the stuff you guys might be going through. If you don't go through it, great. We did a top speed run today. I hope you enjoyed the video. But if you do, I kind of like doing these videos where there's kind of a lesson to be learned, because it helps me as well. I got my selfish reasons, and hopefully I can help one or two of you guys as well. And hope you enjoyed listening. So, with that being said, you guys have an awesome day. If you found any value in the video, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I know the algorithm, so I've been told, helps. I'm trying to get subscribers here just to better the channel, make the search results a bit better. And so far so good. It's been really, really enlightening to be able to do this, and a lot of fun. So, guys, actually, right there is the person who bought my yellow Corvette. He's got a yellow truck. So, guys, have a great day, and stay safe out there. I wish you guys all the best, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.